It's me, Christiana. Welcome back to Good Sport NYC. Today's a little different. You might be wondering, who's the guest this week? Well, it's no one. This is a solo episode. It's the first of its kind in Good Sport's long 3-week history. Sometimes, you just have to do a solo episode. And maybe this is a good opportunity for me to say I'd love to have a co-host in the future. But for right now, it's just me driving this ship. I'm basically just going to talk you through some updates with our teams. We'll talk about some news, what's going on in the New York women's sports scene, and have fun along the way. And as I'm here looking at myself alone in this camera, it's a good moment for me to mention that Good Sport is an audio or a video podcast. If you want to see what I look like, you can go on YouTube. If you want to see what my beautiful girlfriend looks like, first of all, creep. Second of all, don't look at her. Third of all, you can see us both on YouTube. Last week, she was on with me, Sabine, and we talked through all the professional women's sports teams in New York, and it was super fun. And speaking of Sabine, I get Awesome Girlfriend of the Week award because me and Sabine are playing each other in WNBA Fantasy this week. She has Satou Sabally on her team, who has been out. We didn't know if she was playing tonight. Sabine certainly didn't know. And about 10 minutes ago, I learned that she was playing, and I ran out of here while I was prepping for this episode, and I told Sabine, get Satou off your bench. I didn't even think about not telling her, because that would be wrong and messed up. So shout out to me, I guess. Shout out to Satou. Oh, I'm so happy to have you. She wore the sickest fit. Okay, you know what? I'm just jumping right in. Let's do the team updates. And let's start with the Liberty. Satou is playing tonight, and she wore her game day fit, all leopard print, cheetah print vibes, bodysuit. I saw a comment, someone said, how do you say baddie in German? Because she's German. She looked so good. I cannot wait to finish this recording and watch the game against the Valkyries. I'm so excited to see her play and to see the chemistry with the team. Sabrina is still out. I know because she's on my fantasy team. So we won't get to see them reunited. They played together in college yet, but hey, we're one step closer. And I'm feeling overall hyped because the Liberty have been rolling. We have been doing great. It's a 3-1 start to the season. It's early days, so, it's too early to think about standings and stuff, in my opinion. But we're looking good. And we have been without some of our best players. So that's awesome. I went to Portland last week and I saw the Liberty play the Fire, which was so cool. The Liberty won. I was with basically all Fire fans, so everyone hated my guts, of course. Just kidding. But it was a good game at first. It was like neck and neck for a while, but then we just pulled away, and there is just a lot of chemistry flowing on the team. We got that French connection going between Marie and Johannes and the rookie Pauline Astier. Guys, I took so many years of French, and for what? And of course, also in Liberty news, Stewie got Player of the Week this week. She is playing as amazing as always, 23 points per game, 9 rebounds. And something I'm loving about Stewie is her Instagram presence right now. She's doing cute family edits. She's doing photo dumps of New York. I love her. Also, she's looking swaggy. I'm liking her outfits. It's good stuff. So anyway, good stuff with the Liberty. 3-1 start. And we got the Valks tonight. We'll see how they do. Kira, if you're listening, my best friend in San Francisco, good luck. So that's the Liberty. Okay, let's talk about Gotham. We are currently in 5th place. We have not lost a game yet. We've either won or tied, which is cool. I feel like the biggest update to share on Gotham is our star goalie, Anne-Katrin Berger got hurt during the CONCACAF Women's Champions Cup semifinal that Gotham played in last night, so Wednesday, May 20th. What you need to know about Berger is she is like the best goalie in the world. She is extremely talented. She is specifically known for being great at stopping penalty kicks. Like one of the hardest things you can do. She is from Germany. She plays on the German national team. She's only let 5 goals in so far this season. I think that is the lowest goals allowed stat across all of the teams. She hurt her ab during the game last night. We don't know yet if she's going to be out for a while or what the deal is. So that would be a huge bummer to lose her, whether it's for a short or a long amount of time. So legit thinking of her and really hoping for a speedy recovery. As I was researching more about her, I learned something awesome though, which is that she is dating and engaged to her fellow Gotham teammate, our starting defender, Jess Carter, who is a fantastic player. She plays for England's national team. So extreme power couple. I was watching her highlights from a recent game. She's a beast. So I'm really looking forward to going and seeing her play live this season. But yeah, how freaking cool is that? Here I was feeling extremely upset to have lost T Cloud and Izzy as a couple, which is in New York, which is still true. And now I've learned that we have another lesbian couple to root for on Gotham. So that's super cool. It seems like they keep their relationship private, which literally shout out. Not everyone can have their girlfriend on their podcast. But I thought that was really cool. Love is love. Just imagine you are like a goalie on a really good soccer team, and then you are seeing your like wife to be going after the forward who's trying to score on you. Like, that's amazing. Or you're a defender and you accidentally, like, someone gets by you. Not that literally ever happened to me ever once in my years of playing stopper, as a child, of course. But imagine that happens to you and your wife like blocks this amazing shot, which you would have been like really stressed out if that had gone in. That's just really beautiful. Okay. Anyway, next, let's talk about lacrosse. If you listened to our episode last week, or maybe you just know this, we have a professional women's lacrosse team. And the Women's Lacrosse League kicked off their inaugural season, their first ever full season, last weekend. The Charging won their first game, and it was also the first win in WLL history, which is super exciting. The team just seems good vibes. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I would love to have one of the athletes on. I'm going to start sending emails. So I'm hoping to go to the next home game. Since there's very few teams in the league, they're having to travel around a lot. The next home game is on June 20th in Long Island. If anybody wants to come with me, let me know. Maybe someone has a car. That would be fun. I love Long Island. But anyway, shout out to the Charging. Next, we've got the Exiles. The Exiles snagged their first win of the season over the Chicago Tempest last week. Congrats to everyone on that. I mentioned this in the newsletter this week, but I'm in the process of getting an interview booked with a member of the Exiles to come on the show, which I'm really excited about. So stay tuned for that. The Exiles' next home game is on May 31st, and I plan to be there. If anyone wants to come to that, let me know. Okay, those are our 4 teams that are actively playing games, and those are their updates. Now let's talk about some other hot topics going on in the scene. The first thing I wanted to touch on, Zohran Mamdani, our wonderful mayor, is a soccer stan. He is in his subsidizing tickets era. What the fuck did I just say? This is the sentence I just said. Zohran is a soccer stan, and he's in his subsidizing tickets era. I need help. Let me try that again. Mayor Mamdani is subsidizing soccer tickets. Mamdani is a lifelong soccer lover. He grew up playing it. I remember during his campaign, he had a really fun like neighborhood versus neighborhood tournament. I saw a clip of him saying that soccer is a working person's pastime and game. He wants watching soccer to be accessible in New York City. So he partnered with Gotham to release 1,000 tickets for $5 for our May 9th match, which was against Boston, I believe. So yeah, 1,000 New Yorkers could sign up for $5 tickets. I forgot the exact number, but they sold out extremely quickly, and he attended that game. So shout out to him. If he can get over to New Jersey, so can we. And the reason why I'm bringing this up right now is because today it was announced that he had negotiated with FIFA to earmark 1,000 tickets priced at $50 for World Cup matches at MetLife Stadium. And these tickets are going to be distributed by lottery to New York residents. So we can all sign up and potentially go. This is kind of a big deal in a lot of ways. One, it's great that normal New Yorkers that could never afford the exorbitant prices of World Cup games could have a chance to go, even though are hundreds of thousands of dollars for World Cup matches. So this is cool. It's also just a huge win against FIFA, which is a notoriously problematic organization that is money hungry and really just cares about the bottom line. FIFA is notoriously hard to negotiate with. So this is like a cool big win. I think New York and Mayor Mamdani had a lot of leverage in this. One, he has a huge platform and has been outspoken about how much he is against FIFA's resale system and like the high prices of the game match tickets, which did not look good for FIFA. So this is a optical win for them to have made this deal with a very high profile New York City mayor. And also the final of the match is being played at MetLife Stadium. So that is a big ticket item and a big thing to leverage. I feel like I've seen people in the comments about this stuff, both the Gotham tickets and these like, oh great, like taxpayers are having to pay for this. That is not happening. Both of the announcements made it clear that this is not being funded by taxpayer dollars. Gotham paid for the $1,005 tickets in May. And then it sounds like for the World Cup matches, sponsorship arrangements are covering the price, or the city is absorbing the lost revenue, which a city like New York can afford to do. So anyway, it's a cool win for everyday people, working class people getting to watch sports. I personally, the men's World Cup coming up is coming as a surprise. The only men's sport I really follow, and this is me coming out to you all, is football, American football. I like it. I watch it. Maybe we can talk about that sometime. Maybe this isn't the place for that on this women's sports podcast. But I'm going to be honest with you. I love football. I don't watch men's soccer. I don't really watch men's basketball unless something fun is happening, like the Knicks are in it or something like that. So I don't know. I've also read a few things that the normal metrics they keep an eye on to measure the success of an event like this in terms of like the economics of our hotels being booked out and all of those sort of like logistics, those are looking down. So the Men's World Cup is not on track to make a sort of economic splash that events like this are projected to make. Those are just projections though, so we'll have to wait and see what happens in June. Also, obviously, soccer is not the biggest sport in the United States. So maybe it's just a reflection of our sports identity as a nation. Maybe also this is just my women's sports coded bubble that I just don't see this stuff as much. The only thing I have seen is the Adidas ad with Timothy Chalamet and Trinity Rodman and David Beckham. And that's probably just because Trinity Rodman was in it. So, yeah, we'll see. Sports are fun. Because it's in New York, I'm sure I'll watch some of it. Regardless, shout out Zohran for subsidizing soccer. And I hope he continues to make sports accessible and pays special attention to women's sports, which has historically been more accessible to working class people because the tickets have been cheaper and ticket costs are rising. If you have been going to Liberty games for more than the past couple of years, you know that we are spending more money on those tickets. So yeah, I don't want our teams to ever get into a position where our fan bases can't afford to go watch them play. So, okay, next hot topic is, speaking of soccer, Gotham FC is apparently in talks to move from Harrison, New Jersey to Queens. So right now, Gotham plays at Sports Illustrated Stadium in Harrison, New Jersey, which is like a 30-minute path ride from the World Trade Center. Obviously, it's further if you're in a different borough. From my house, it's like an hour to get there. I live in Brooklyn. I'm not going to say exactly where. Come on, you guys. And they're apparently in talks with New York City FC, which is a Major League Soccer men's team, to move into their brand new stadium that they're building in 2028. It is a 25,000 seat stadium. It's right by the MetLife Stadium, so where the Mets play up in Queens. It's costing $780 million to build. So here is kind of the situation. Gotham is one of the strongest, maybe the strongest team in the NWSL. We have won 2 championships in the last 3 years. We also won the CONCACAF Cup last year. We have some of the best players in the world on our team. I'm not going to get too into that because I actually am recording an episode all about Gotham this coming weekend, so stay tuned for that. But despite top tier gameplay and being such a successful organization, Gotham gets middle tier attendance relative to the rest of the league. They struggle getting fans in seats. And a big reason why is because they play outside of New York City. They play in Jersey. It's hard for people to get to, even just mentally. Like, people are not as willing to go to New Jersey, I'd say, for like a casual Wednesday night or whatever. But Gotham is still a tenant in an MLS's team stadium already in Jersey, and moving to this new spot in Queens wouldn't change that. They would still be a secondary tenant to New York NYCFC, which basically means they get like second pick for scheduling stuff. They are going to get the short end of the stick. They do not come first, which is basically the norm for the vast majority of the NWSL. Famously, Kansas City Current has their own dedicated stadium, which is amazing. I think Denver's building their own as well right now. So that part would still suck. I don't know what the answer is there. Obviously, I wish we could just make our own stadium or something, but clearly these things cost a bajillion dollars. But the other thing I wanted to call out is that New Jersey fans are understandably upset at the idea of being left behind. Folks from New Jersey have had season tickets for years and years. The team's been around since 2007. It started off as just a New Jersey team when it was the Sky FC, when it first was started. Then it became New York, New Jersey, Gotham FC, which I always thought was interesting and kind of a mouthful. And then last year, they dropped New Jersey. They just became New York, Gotham. So the writing has kind of been on the wall for a while, I think, that Gotham is trying to identify more with New York. Their branding, everything, it feels New York-y. And I think from a business perspective, that makes sense. It's the bigger market. They've seen how much success the Liberty has had over the last few years, and I think they probably want that for themselves. And they deserve it, of course. But I also really feel for the fans that won't be able to get up to Queens from Jersey. My hope is that the team will do something special for those folks. I know they had a bus going from Brooklyn to the stadium for a while. They might still be doing that. Let's do that for the Jersey people. It still wouldn't be the same as it being, a 10-minute drive or wherever people are coming from. But yeah, my take is that it is inevitable that Gotham will move to New York at some point. I would be surprised if they don't. Again, they're not close to a deal, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll just have to see how that pans out. So that's that. Okay, those were our hot topics. Now for some fun segments. This is like paper plate awards for the month of May that I'm just coming up with and bestowing upon our wonderful athletes. The first category is best fits. You know what I'm talking about. Best tunnel fits, best drip, best stylist working behind the scenes. I don't know. Maybe they're doing it themselves. But for the month of May, my pick is Jaedyn Shaw. If you don't know Jaedyn Shaw, she is a forward on our Gotham FC soccer team. She was the second youngest player, I believe, to ever sign with the NWSL Go Pro when she was 17. And she is a beast. She also plays for our national women's soccer team. And she has been dressing crazy lately. I put this in the newsletter a couple of weeks ago. She did a really cool collab with a designer, Ludan, a couple weeks ago for AAPI Heritage Month. So Jaedyn is Black and Vietnamese. I saw a quote from her today where she said she's 200% everything, or she doesn't identify as like half of anything. She's just who she is, and she's 100% her culture, which I thought was cool. And Ludan fitted her out in an extremely cool piece. I'm going to put it here on the screen. Go look at her Instagram for it. It's like this really cool orange red, I don't want to say jumpsuit, but it's like a full body piece. Her nose and mouth are covered. It's wraparound. There's really cool print on it. It's flashy, and she just looks amazing. And it's really cool that she wore that to honor her heritage this month. She's also just really beautiful. But she's one of those girls that can kind of pull off any look. I'm seeing her in some like cool, like almost like office chic vibes, and then also streetwear. I'm seeing like New York girly night out stuff. She's just looking really sick lately. So she's my best fit of the month. Okay, our next award is what I'm calling the Swag Award, which basically just goes out to an athlete who has been swaggy lately. Strong aura, bringing good vibes, doing cool stuff after they like make a shot or something. And May's honoree is Marine Johannes. Shout out, you French legend. Marine has been getting hella playing time while Sabrina's been out. She's been making it count. She's hitting those threes. She's making incredible passes. And she's just being like nonchalant and chill as she's doing it. She's got kind of that like quiet mask swagger, which I would love to have, except for I have never been quiet in my life. I don't even know if she like identifies as mask per se, but she's just got it. Basketball is just giving mask. You know what I mean? I don't mean that in like a gender expression. It's like an aura with those shorts. You know what I mean, guys? Anyway, so I'm just happy for her, getting her flowers, doing a great job. And also, the most swaggy thing someone can do is have a super hot, talented girlfriend. I should know. Wink, wink. But actually, Marine Johannes is dating Gabby Williams, who's an incredible player on the Golden State Valkyries. They're playing each other tonight. That is so exciting. Oh my God. Guys, the only thing better than playing with your girlfriend would be playing against her, I think. Don't you guys think? I'm so excited. I'm like, imagine what they text like before or after. But anyway, shout out Maureen. I literally love her. And then my last award category was going to be Come Home, the Kids Need You, which is basically my award if someone is out or missing or has just like not been themselves lately. And you know who was on mine? Satou Sabally. I needed to see her in that jersey on our court. And it sounds like tonight my prayers are getting answered. So forget that. So I guess instead I'm going to go with Sabrina. Sabrina, come back. But I can't even be too sad because we've got Satou in tonight. And that's awesome. So that is today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this solo episode with just me, myself, and I. I had fun with you guys. As always, I must remind you, Good Sport NYC is a weekly podcast and a weekly newsletter. Every Monday, I send out everything you need to know about what's happening in New York City women's sports. I also do fun community shout outs and just, it's like a fun vibe. So please subscribe so you get that. It's free unless you want to pay a little something each month to support what we're doing here. It's goodsportnyc.com to get that. And we also send all the episodes so you'll never miss one. If you are enjoying the show, please rate it wherever you listen to your podcast. That will mean a ton. Send it to somebody that you think would like it. We are 3 weeks into this project and I am having so much fun. I was thinking today, looking at like numbers and stuff, and I was like, honestly, I would still be doing this even if no one listened because I'm really enjoying learning all this and spending time with people and connecting with cool people. Speaking of which, I'm so excited for our lineup of shows we have coming. We're going to hit Gotham FC. We're going to do Exiles and rugby. We're going to talk with a journalist about gender and media coverage in the WNBA and women's sports in general. I'm talking with some really cool community builders that are doing their own leagues. It's just fun, and I'm so appreciative of the opportunity to do this. And for everybody that has supported so far, thank you so much. Follow us on social to stay tuned at goodsport.nyc on Instagram and wherever else you want to find us. I almost forgot my good sport of the week. My good sport of the week is the person who I believe was a guy, but we'll say person, who commented on my first YouTube video podcast episode I put up and said, everyone started out the sports podcast just like you. Keep going. Which I think what they meant was, everyone starts somewhere, keep going. And that meant a lot to me. That was my first comment on YouTube. So shout out to you, user. Shout out to you, YouTube friend. I really appreciate that. See, my good sports could be someone I know really well. It could be someone I've never met. There's no rules about good sport until I make them. Okay, I think that's it. I literally love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Toodaloo. Bye. Good Sport NYC was created by Christiana Cromer with editing and production help from Rosabelle Hine. Good Sport's visual identity is by Nikki Vandervelde. This show is not sponsored by anyone, but hopefully someone soon.